From JD News, live from Draper, Utah. Monday, April 27th, 2020. This is Good Morning Juan Diego.
Good morning, Juan Diego. It's Monday. Today's a C day, and we're ready to start our week. But God, was it a beautiful weekend? How was your weekend?
It was great. What'd you do?
I've got projects going on, but the major project this weekend was I sanded my front deck and got it ready for staining and all that.
Is it a wood deck?
It's wood, and it's just at that point where it's almost embarrassing. I got to get it looking.
Have you thought about replacing the wood and using that plastic stuff that they have now? What's that called?
It's called
whatever, Plastec or something.
Tech Core. Yeah.
You never have to paint it. Have you thought about doing that?
I should have thought about that 5 years ago when I built the deck.
So it's a wood deck.
It's a wood deck.
It's sanded.
It's sanded, and
You need to paint it.
it's gonna. The next thing is that, which will probably happen next year. I'll probably paint it next year.
Ask me what I did.
What did you do this weekend?
I played golf.
Oh, how many holes?
I just played 9 holes, but it's the weirdest experience when you go golf now. You can't use a cart. You can't go in the clubhouse. You have to call ahead and pay. You get out of your car, you go right to tee number 1, and there's not a soul in front of you or a group behind you. It's like it's a total solitary experience.
Wow. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I played really well too. I think I broke like 104.
Okay, well,
so
that's
it was
good. That's good. Well, how about we start our week in prayer, Juan Diego? Well, Mr. McGavin is going to lead us in prayer today.
Hey Juan Diego, good morning. Man, it was so good to see some of you seniors and some of the incoming freshmen this past week. So we got to go around and drop stuff off at all your guys' houses. For those of you guys that I didn't see, I hope you guys are doing well. We're thinking about you. We're praying for you guys. As we're still in the midst of online learning and COVID-19, I've had a ton of time to think. Some of you guys know I'm from Chicago. My family doesn't live around here, so I've been thinking about my family back home in Chicago a lot. And that brought me to this picture. This is a picture that my mom got me. There's me and my 3 brothers at my grandparents' house in Florida. And there's a quote that my mom found that she gave to me and to each of my brothers. And I want to read it for you guys because I think it's really meaningful for what we're going through right now. It's meaningful for me, and I hope it is for you. So here's what it says. It's the lyrics to a song by a band called For King and Country. It says, "Live like I'm not scared, give when it's not fair, live life for a brother, speak out for freedom, find faith in the battle, stand tall, but above all, fix my eyes on you, God." And right now we are in a battle. For many people, it might be a mental and emotional battle as we are socially isolated. For other people, you may have gotten sick and you're battling that illness. Maybe it's a battle of being cooped up with your family all the time. And so I just really want us to think about these words, that even in the midst of COVID-19 and being socially isolated and not being able to be in school, we can choose to live like we're not scared, that we can choose to love instead of choose to fear, and that we can be the ones to step out in love, to step out in care, to step out in faith, to help and to serve others. To serve someone else and to love someone else is a choice that we get to make. And that's a choice that we get to make every single day, because we have a God who, in spite of what's going on around us, loves us and will give us strength and will give us hope to keep going, even when it feels like we're still in the middle of the battle. So let's pray. God, thank you so much for today. Thank you for each and every one of the students who get to call Juan Diego home. I pray for them and for their family, for their siblings, for all the teachers and staff at Juan Diego, that you would help us to find faith in the battle, to fix our eyes on you, and to speak out in love to those around us. God, we love you. In your name, amen.
Thank you, Mr. McGavin, for that prayer this morning. That was wonderful. What are we going to talk about? We have Counselor's Corner today, right? We're going to talk about that a little bit.
We have Counselor's Corner coming up, and we had
Is that Miss Redican who's doing that?
Miss Redican's going to share a few things, and we had some really big news go out on Friday about the end of the year schedule.
Oh yeah, that's right. So everyone received an email, and hopefully everyone's looking at that email and trying to see what we're about to do with the way we're going to wrap up the school. Are those plans like set in stone? Are they firm plans that are absolutely going to happen?
Well, I would say what's set in stone are the dates.
You know the dates.
We know the dates, and there's Plan A, Plan B, and Plan C. Plan A is we're all going to be together, whether it's in a room or the stadium or the gymnasium.
So more like normal.
It'll be a normal experience. And Plan B is if there's still some restrictions in place and we have to limit the size of groups. And then Plan C is if for some reason...
I'm rooting for Plan A.
I want Plan A. I am ready to see.
Plan A is going to be like the full deal, but it'll be different than what we've done in the past. But still, like, really cool.
Absolutely. Well, the neat thing is, too, is like school ends, and we have everybody coming back that next week so they can get their yearbooks. They can have a class meeting. We're going to have breakfast for everybody. So freshmen will come in one day, sophomores one day. Everyone will get to see everybody before summer happens. It should be pretty fun.
Okay. All that was detailed in an email, and everyone hopefully received the email and have read it and talked to their parents about it. And
That's right.
So we've got a plan going forward.
That's right. And obviously a big part of all of that are the rites and rituals for our seniors. Prom and graduation and commencement and all those things. So right now, all that's moving ahead as planned.
You know what I'm excited about?
What?
It's the sports jamboree.
Oh my God, that's right. I forgot about that.
Do you think the sports jamboree is going to be pulled off? I think so.
Yeah. So it's an opportunity for all our spring sports to play 2 or 3 competitions over a couple of days between Judge and St. Joseph's.
And not to be outdone, we're also going to have the Fine Arts Extravaganza. Right?
Yes.
Who came up with these words?
You did.
I did?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know I had that in my vocabulary.
You're quite creative.
That's
You're
good,
quite
though.
creative.
So we got the sports jamboree and the Fine Arts Extravaganza. Okay,
That is
great.
correct.
Let's go to the counselor's corner.
See what
Miss
Miss Redican has something for us.
Hi Juan Diego, it's Mrs. Redican. First off, I want to say how wonderful it was to see so many of your faces when we were doing our deliveries last Thursday. I loved every single minute of it. We resent an email on Friday, which came from me, about senior nominations. It's the second one that has gone out. The deadline for turning in your senior nomination for your peers is May 1st. So for those who have done it, good job. For those who haven't, please get in as soon as possible and get it done. Secondly, it's really important that seniors are updating Naviance for any of your future plans, college or otherwise, that you're putting in your acceptance, denials, and then there's below colleges I'm applying to, a place where you can say or click a drag down menu of the college that you will be attending. So if you can update that, that would be fabulous. And then please keep track of the scholarships you've received from all of your colleges. We'll have a Google form that will go out fairly soon about all your acceptances and scholarships that you've received from specific schools as well. So be looking forward to more information that will need to be given for all the rites and rituals and graduation ceremonies so that we have all the information at hand. I hope to see you soon, and I'm glad we have some plans in place. I'm looking forward to the end of the year. See you soon.
Thank you, Mrs. Redican. It's always nice to hear from you. And many of you saw
Mrs.
Mrs.
says such good things.
Well, last week and all those deliveries that we did, she was like a force of nature. She was so excited and so into it. We're very lucky to have you, Mrs. Redican. Thank you. So where are we?
We're in the Plaza.
It says the sign over there, the Plaza of St. Francis of Assisi. As soon as you probably know, this is right outside the Commons, but you may or may not have ever noticed the beautiful sculpture we have behind us. You might recognize the eagle, and over here we have the lamb. So what do we know about the sculpture, Dr. Klossmo?
You know, a former teacher at Juan Diego did this sculpture, Michael Dente. He taught art in our school for about 10 years, and he also did the Guadalupe and Juan Diego in the main circle. So Michael did a lot of our artwork for us.
Wow, wow.
This particular statue is a replica of a statue that Michael did in a grotto in Portland, Oregon.
Portland, Oregon.
And we kind of stylized it to make it fit for Juan Diego, having the soaring eagle, of course, which is our mascot, and the lamb, which is often referenced with the story of St. John the Baptist. So the lamb and the eagle are there with St. Francis. And of course, he was a lover of animals and Is he the patron saint of animals?
Patron saint of animals and nature, and we have our Mass on the Grass, and he's one of our patron saints at school, so we have Mass on the Grass in honor of St. Francis.
His feast day is October 4th.
October 4th.
We always try to have an outdoor Mass because he was a patron of like living things and animals. And so
Exactly.
It's appropriate.
Exactly.
And it always rains on that day. It's weird.
So we've all kind of moved his feast day up into the middle of September because we're a little bit luckier with
Doesn't
weather.
matter though. No matter where we set it, it rains.
That's true. That's true.
So-
And the weather is so nice. We're able to start getting outside a little bit. Lots more opportunities opening up.
I got 3 things that I think we can do.
What?
Okay, so I talked about it at the beginning, and it's not sand your deck. Okay, but you could sand your deck, but that's like not something you
Not
wanna
so
think
much
about.
fun.
But like one thing that is doable now, which wasn't even possible like 10 days ago, is you can hike in some of the trails along the Wasatch Front.
Yeah.
I took a hike on Saturday morning, and it was great. It was a nice day, and it was a little bit cool because I went in the morning, but I thought, man, it was so great to be out right next to a little Cottonwood Creek.
Oh,
And
nice.
So that's one thing that you can do. The second thing I did is I talked about playing that round of golf. I know not everyone here is a golfer, but if you do golf, it's actually kind of a peaceful experience because they let so few people out that like you pretty much have the golf course to yourself.
All
That's
to yourself.
the second part. And the other little hidden gem, which I think a lot of people know about, is the Jordan River Parkway, which is just right
over
west
here.
of us.
Yeah.
And that Jordan River Parkway goes from Utah Lake all the way basically to Ogden. And it's all paved and you can ride your bike. That's what I did this week. And I got on my bike and I rode about 10 miles of the Jordan River
Wow.
Parkway. So I had quite a weekend, kind of
Wow.
a good workout. But those are 3 things that we can do now. You can ride your bike, you can hike some trails along the Wasatch Front, you can play around the golf.
It's good for you, students and parents. Get out of the house.
I think things are getting better.
You sense that little by little. By the end of this week, it'll be May 1st, and there'll be hopefully another new wave of.
By the end of this week, all the leaves will be out.
Yeah, yeah.
And look at how green the grass is. And I think there's a lot of hope. What's that saying? Hope springs eternal.
Hope springs eternal. So what do we have to leave you with? Remember, number 1.
Oh wait, we got our subscriptions.
Oh my
we
God!
We have our subscriptions.
Subscriptions. Do you have any idea what we're up to?
I have a guess, but I want you to announce it because I know you'll be so excited about
It's
it.
a drum roll. We are up to 925 subscriptions. Do you believe that?
What do we need? We need 1,000?
We need 1,000. We're 75 away. Oh my God.
Wasn't I going to run through the hallway and chase you with a cowbell if we got to 1,000?
Yes, call your Aunt Ruth or your Uncle Giovanni or your Aunt Methuselah and get them to subscribe because we're right there. We are so close.
So if we get to 1,000, what does it mean?
It means that we have the option to live stream any kind of events that we want, and we might be able to use that technology. It might be very helpful moving forward.
For a long time, I didn't think we'd get there, but we're now within shouting distance. We're at 925 today.
Yeah.
So what would that be like? Would that be another 75 to get
We just
to
have
1,000?
75. Aunt Methuselah, Uncle Giovanni, or whoever you can call that hasn't subscribed yet. We appreciate that.
So how do we end all these broadcasts?
We have our very important 3 things. Number 1, most important, take care of yourselves. And number 2, take care of your family and your friends. And
Number 3, take care of Juan Diego.
make it a great day.
See you guys tomorrow.